Hello again, it's Noob. Have you just started your lockpicking journey? Have you just got into lockpicking as a hobby? Do you want to get better at lockpicking? Well, I've got 5 really good tips for you to level up your skills. So my first tip is to start out with some good quality tools. My first set of lockpicks was a cheap Chinese lockpick set, much like this, with super thick tools. And they do work. If that's where you need to start, if that's all you can afford, you can pick some locks. You'll have a great time. But it won't be long before you want to try to attempt harder locks with super crazy keyways, and these sorts of tools, they just won't work out. I mean, look at the size of this lockpick compared to the keyway. There are so many awesome manufacturers out there producing really high quality lockpicks, whether it's Moki, Covert Instruments, Jimmy Longs, Sparrows, Multi-Pick, Law Lock Tools, Southord, or many more. And with the right quality tools, you'll be able to approach all sorts of different locks of all sorts of different security ratings a lot more easy. If you're going to stick with a hobby for a long time, investing in a really good set of tools does pay huge dividends in the end. My next tip is to set some progression goals. Maybe you've mastered the Master Lock 3, but you want to progress to something a little bit more challenging, but you're struggling with it. If you don't know which locks to choose so you can have a progressive pathway from easier to harder locks, I really recommend going to R Lockpicking on Reddit to look at their belt ranking system. This is a karate belt inspired system by which many experts in lockpicking have ranked many different types of locks, from the easiest white belt locks all the way up through yellow and blue and green and all the way up to red, brown and black belt locks. Just here in my hands I have examples of a white belt lock, a yellow belt lock, an orange belt lock, a green belt lock and a blue belt lock. And there are so many different locks to choose from within those different belts. This little master lock, for example, has 4 standard drive pins and no sprung core, a really nice entry point. You can see an example here of the progression from this 4-pin lock to this GLK 60 G50, which actually adds an extra pin. So this is now a 5-pin lock. For my choice of orange belt lock here, I have an Abus 6050, and we can go from having an extra pin to some security driver pins. These have at least 3 spools in, which will give counter rotation and a whole different picking feel. For my choice of green belt lock, I have a classic American Lock 1100 series, one of my favorite locks to pick, and this still retains 5 key pins, 5 driver pins, but the driver pins are now not just spools, but serrated spools and serrated pins, as well as having some serrated key pins as well. This is one of my all-time favorite locks to pick, and I would definitely recommend that as you progress through your lockpicking journey, you at least pick one American Lock 1100 series. You won't regret it. And for my choice of blue belt lock here, I've gone for the Abus C83, an absolute classic, used a lot for impressioning competitions, loads of really interesting security pins in there. What a great little lock this is. And you don't have to follow that Reddit ranking system or even use the same locks I've got here. You can actually choose your own progression, but I would always say try to aim for just ever so slightly harder lock. If you picked a 4-pin lock, go for a 5-pin lock. If you go for a 5-pin lock, go to a 6-pin lock. If you've been picking standard pins, try some spool pins. Just try to keep pushing yourself that little bit further each time. Set yourself a goal. Is there a grail lock to pick? If you've got that Ruko, which is really hard, then work your way up to it. Tip 3 is all about getting better at the same lock. Maybe you like picking a certain lock, but you just aren't confident with it. You have a lot more failures than you do successes when you're trying to learn to lockpick. Well, a great technique is actually one which I learned from Lockpicking Lawyer, which is maybe just get a whole bunch of the same lock. Ideally the same color, and remove the keys. Maybe you can just get 3, maybe you can get 4, maybe you can get 10 of the same lock, remove the keys, and you can just practice on these blindly, so you don't get to learn the binding order or the pinning of any particular lock. And it doesn't matter what level of difficulty you're going for. You can have a whole bunch of the same master lock if you like, or you can really challenge yourself and get some particularly tricky locks like these, chuck the keys away, and then go through them at random, having a good old picking session. You might fail sometimes, but I guarantee the more you practice with these kind of locks where you're picking blind, the much more successful at eventually picking these locks you will become. Just picking the same lock over and over is a great way to practice. However, if you really want to learn a particular lock, then you'll need to understand how different key bittings will affect the difficulty of any particular lock. And just look at how different the keys can be from the same lock model from lock to lock. This will not only provide a great challenge, but a really good learning experience. Tip 4 is if you're struggling to pick a particular lock of any kind, do some research. Maybe it's just a harder lock than you were expecting and you're finding it really tricky. Or maybe it's a lock that you just find impossible and don't know why. There are so many resources out there to help you. There are all sorts of books, especially this one here, High Security Mechanical Locks, big recommend, which will tell you all about locks, what's inside them, show you pictures of the internals of locks and what kind of pins to expect and what kind of security features like sidebars you might find on the inside. There are YouTube channels. There are people who've picked the locks before and will open the locks up, take out the pins and all the other security mechanisms and show you what's inside. They'll give you hints and tips about how to pick them. Maybe you can join a forum or a Facebook group or even go to Discord, share your journey, ask questions, read posts. There's so much information out there which can help you to attack certain locks, and you'll certainly appreciate the shared knowledge within the community. And this lock I showed you earlier, this lovely Vero handbag lock, it only has 4 pins and should be a relatively simple pick. But if you don't know that it has another pin at the bottom, a little check pin right at the back, then you'll be very frustrated trying to open this with no success. Doing your research, knowing how the lock works, what to expect, watching other people pick it on YouTube and giving you tips will really help your lockpicking journey. You can never have enough information. Tip 5 is all about trying to relax. We all get frustrated. Some locks just won't pick on a certain day. So my tips are relax. Try to pick in a nice calm environment. Use table vices if it really helps you. You don't always have to pick in hand. If a lock isn't picking for you one day and you're getting frustrated and tired, just put it to one side. Maybe pick up a comfort lock, a lock which you know you can pick to bring back that confidence. A tip from the excellent Skylar Town is maybe when you're approaching a lock for the first time, you're in a nice environment, it's nice and quiet, you can feel and hear what's going on inside the lock, but maybe you haven't really determined what the right amount of turning force needs to apply to a lock to get the pins to bind at the right level. A great tip from the great Skylar Town is maybe you're getting frustrated because you're not getting the amount of turning force you need to bind your pins. Well, start out with a pick, just get in there, just have a feel around, count the number of pins, you can hear the little clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can feel the spring pressure on your pick. You can just increase the turning force now and just see at what point you can start to feel the pins bind. There'll be a point where the pins actually feel like they're binding, that they stick, that they don't want to just spring back down. So here you can see that pin 3 is just binding here. You can actually start to feel at the point where those pins are starting to bind. You can back off a little bit and see the pins drop down. You can increase the tension. Just get a feel for what amount of pressure you need before any of the pins bind, and then keep that pressure relatively consistent, especially on these pins with standard pins. What I'm saying is you want to spend a little bit of quality time with your lock, just learning how it feels, how it sounds, how it reacts to your pick and the turning tool before you really go into learning to pick it. And if it all just gets too much and nothing is working, just have a rest, come back to the lock picking in an hour, come back to us in a day. The lock will be waiting for you. You will get it one day. You can just wait until its turn. And if you want a bonus tip, it's practice, practice, practice. You can never practice enough. Lock picking is a perishable skill. You might be able to get away with it for a few days and maybe even a few weeks, but you will find that your lock picking skills decrease over time. So try to keep that practice up. It's always good to have a really great picking session, but do practice regularly. The more you practice, the better you'll get. Anyway, I hope you found those tips really useful. I certainly have really enjoyed my lock picking journey, and there's so many amazing locks to pick, and I wish you the best of luck picking them. All right, if you like this video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, now's a great time to do so for more content like this. You can even smash that notification bell to be next notified when I upload content. If you have any comments, leave them below. If you have any tips, leave them below for new pickers. I'd really appreciate it, and they would too. Otherwise, stay safe, happy picking, and I'll see you all next time.